So child sexual abuse and a lot of sexual harassment of adults and especially women has a very deep rooted cause in gender bias and in the way our society is evolved and the way patriarchy has been practiced for generations. So it's a very deep seated stuff where women were valued only for their bodies, for if they could bear boy children, and they were not valued for their intelligences or their qualities. They were like baby making machines and sex giving bodies, and they were used like that. So it's a very deep issue with the linked with the onset of agriculture, with ownership of land, which went to the hands of men because they had more muscle, and they had more muscle because of reproductive reasons. They needed to compete and fight with other men for their reproductive rights. So because of that they had more muscle, and as long as we were in the jungle, every woman, we lived in groups and women could get their own food and and everybody was fine. We were gatherer hunters and it was fine, and gathering provided most of the food rather than hunting. So it was fine. But then when we started agriculture and we started growing our food and all the land was taken by men, then men took the woman's food was growing on a man's land. How could she say you're equal or I'm equally human? No, you're providing me food, so I'll do whatever you want me to do. Sit at home, bear my children, don't go out, and if I need more sexual partners, then I will kidnap the children of the poorer, weaker men who don't have any land, landless laborers or the poorer sections, and take their girls and put them in a brothel, call them prostitutes, give them all kinds of negative names, but I will go to them and I will maintain my respect. So even today we have, our children are not trafficked. The children who are trafficked are the children from villages, from poor families who don't know how to look for their child in a big city like Calcutta or Bombay or Bangalore. So it's a very deep rooted issue which is controlling women's sexuality, worshipping virginity. I'm a gynecologist. I've operated on several women. I never saw a halo around the vagina. There is nothing. It's a part of the body. The shame, the blame, the respect comes from how we use a part of our body. If I raise my hand and I hit my mother, people will say, what a girl, shameful. I might also feel a little ashamed. But if I help my mother, then I feel good. People say, nice girl, see how well she looks after her mother. But there is no shame in my hand. There is no respect in my hand. It's how I used my hand. Like that, every part of my body. How do I look at a person? What words do I use for a person? What do I say? Every part, my reproductive organs, how do I use them? What am I using them for? That will either bring me shame or respect. So the deep-rooted causes are there, where the respect of the girls especially was placed in the reproductive tracts, and protection of your virginity, apni laaj bacha ke aana, all that. That's what happened for 10,000 years. It's time to break that, and we can. Because it's logical, it doesn't make sense to put shame in a part of the body. Shame is always in our behavior. And in child sexual abuse, it is the behavior of the perpetrator which is shameful. That needs to be addressed.